Hi guys สบายดีเด้อพ่อแม่พี่น้อง Today's menu is fresh bamboo soup mixed with mushrooms and pumpkin, or what we call Gheng no mai. I have 3 fresh bamboo heads that I bought from the Asian supermarket. The first thing you want to do is remove the hard outer layer of the bamboo. You can use a knife to kind of help you get started, or they're pretty easy to just take them out. They're in sections, so they're not that hard at all to take out. There's a variety of type of bamboos. The one I'm using is not bitter, so it doesn't require long period of boiling time before you could cook it. You just want to take out the hard part of the bamboo. After you have your bamboo clean out, just kind of give it a good rinse. After that, what we're going to do next is cut it up into bite size. The thickness and the length is all up to you. What you want to do next is put the sliced bamboo into a pot, cover it up with water. After that, sprinkle a little bit of salt, and you just want it to boil about 20 to 30 minutes. After that, you want to rinse the boiled bamboo with cold water. Just give it a good rinse. Make sure you get all the pieces. Once you have that done, transfer the bamboo into your cooking pot, and we will set that aside. Alright, let's go ahead and prepare the next ingredients, which is mixed mushroom and the pumpkin. I'm using 3 different types of mushroom: the wood ear mushroom, the king oyster mushroom, and the oyster mushroom. I am also adding a little bit of pumpkin to give it that color, not too much of it because I don't want the dish to be too sweet. Alright, let's go ahead and rinse out the earwood mushroom. I am probably going to do about 3 rounds of rinsing it. You want to be gentle with them. They're pretty soft. Rub them in together gently. After that, you want to gently squeeze the water out and place the mushroom in a strainer. Let's go ahead and work on the king oyster mushroom. I am using about 4 of the king oyster mushroom. They're not fragile, so you could give it a good rub to make sure you get all the dirts out. I usually just kind of clean it in running water. And now we have the oyster mushroom. They're pretty soft, so you want to be gentle with it. What I do, run the water gently and then just kind of give it a good rub on the top and the underneath it to make sure we get all the dirts out. Once you do that, you just kind of give it a shake or a gentle pat to get the water out. Let's go ahead and slice the mushroom to a bite size. The oyster mushroom, I'm just going to cut them in 4 small pieces. For the oyster mushroom, they're pretty easy to work with. You don't need a knife to cut them. You could just kind of split them in half. Alright, let's go ahead and get the pumpkin prepared. Again, I'm not using too much of that, just to give it that little color to the dish. You want to make sure you remove the inside. Once that is done, clean or wash the pumpkin. What we're going to do next is cut them into the size that you want. I'm using about, I would say, 4 to 5 pieces of it. And then we're going to remove the skin. I'm using papaya shredder to remove the skin. It's a little tough, but it gives you that nice kind of shape to it. Once we do that, just cut it to your size that you like. Next, we are going to prepare the main herb we use in the dish, which is the rice patty herb. What I like to do with this is I will give it the first rinse, and then I like to let it sit in the water for a while just to make sure all the dirt is out. And once you're close to getting the dish ready, you just set it in a strainer and let the water drain. We are going to prepare the next important ingredients. This is what we call yanang, one of the main ingredients in making bamboo soup. You could find this at the Asian supermarket in the frozen section. I'm using 1 pack of it. You want to give it a good rinse. I rinsed it out at least 3 times until the water is kind of on the clear end before I start preparing them. Alright, so this is what it looks like when it's cleaned out. A really nice green color. What I'm going to do next is put it in the mortar. I'm going to use all of the leaves. Next is the soaked sticky rice. I did this overnight, or you could soak it until it is soft. I like to make the rice extra just so that if I need it more, I do have that extra to use. I am using about 2 handfuls of it. I have fresh chili peppers that I'm also adding to this dish. What I'm going to do next is pound all the ingredients together until I get like a paste like. It does take time because you're dealing with fresh leaves and they do take a little while, but this is what it should look like. After that, I am adding about 6 cups of water, and you want to mix that up just to make sure all the ingredients come together. And this is what it should look like, a nice light green color. What you're going to do is strain that liquid into the bamboo pot. You just want to pour all the liquid into the strainer and kind of give it a good mix and press down to get all the liquid out. And this is what it looks like, fresh yanang. You could get that in a can, but it won't be as nice color and the taste and the aroma won't be the same. I am setting the temperature medium high. My seasoning is chicken broth. I am using MSG, of course it's optional. Fermented fish sauce. Alright, give it a good stir to make sure all the ingredients is well combined, and then bring the pot to a boil. Once the pot is boiling, make sure you give it a good stir to make sure the rice starch doesn't settle and burn to the bottom of the pot. Once the broth has thickened, you're going to add your mushrooms and your pumpkin. We're going to add all of those at one time, and we're going to let it cook in a boiling heat. Make sure you mix everything together, and when you stir, make sure you always stir to the bottom of the pot while the rice is cooking. If you don't do that, it tends to settle and burn to the bottom of your pot, and when that happens is usually, you can't really enjoy the dish because you'll get that burnt smell. Okay, we're just gonna let the pumpkin and the mushroom cook. Make sure the rice is also cooked. This is also the good time to check your flavor. Make sure you are happy with it, if there's anything that you needed to add. Once everything is cooked and the rice starch is cooked and you're happy with your dish, add in your last ingredients, the patty herb. The herb doesn't take long to cook. What I normally do is turn off the heat when I'm done with the soup and then add the herb because they don't take that long at all to cook them. I just kind of press them down into the soup. That's really all there is to it, guys. Turn off your heat, enjoy it with hot cooked sticky rice. Alright, thank you guys for stopping by. ขอบใจเด้อพ่อแม่พี่น้องที่สละเวลามาเบิ่งวิดีโอของกันหน่อย Until next time, guys. Bye.